guys, I'm so disappointed. Like, my tape recorder had clicked off and did not catch most of what I said. So I'm going to take it from the top again. This video is primarily about black women dating white guys. Why some of us don't date white guys. And eventually I'll probably put this in an article. But to keep it straight to the point, a lot of us don't date white guys because of these reasons, and it's a bunch of reasons. And this is coming from a woman who married a white guy, had a baby by a white guy, went to the prom with a white guy, was with him for 20 years. So if anybody knows, I know. And I had never dated a white guy ever before him. All black brothers. So, here we go. Why? Now, sisters, you might not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to keep it real, okay? And I'm going to say a few other things to cover some things, some of these myth busters. Bust some myths here. A lot of us are afraid to date white guys because we think we're going to lose our family. It's going to be like we're betraying our black family. Our friends are going to talk about us. They're going to call us a sellout. We're not going to be treated the same way he would treat a white woman. His penis is probably going to end up being ugly and small. Yes, some of us think that. That he's going to be secretly, how can I say, nasty or dirty or don't keep a good home. We're going to have to fight with his white mom all the time. His family is going to talk about us and look at us like we're an animal. People are going to say things, start fights with us when we're out. He might end up getting hurt if we happen to be around some black guys that don't like it. We might think that we might not get served in certain places. That our children, if we have children, life will be hard for our children. That we might not satisfy him sexually as far as early put out like the white girl do. And he might start cheating with the white girl. He might decide to be with us and be with a white girl on the side. He might not like our cooking. Okay, we're worried about that. All these different insecurities, you know, we worry that, you know, we might get in a fight with the white guy and he might come out and say something racist. Or we might get in a family fight with him and his family, his mom and them, and they might say something racist. We're worried about the looks, the stares, the embarrassment. We might feel embarrassed, even though there's no reason to. What I have found out is that a lot of reason why, I'm eating peppermints, a lot of reason why black women don't date white guys is really, they use all those excuses, but really it's their own hidden insecurities, okay? Putting on airs, but really are insecure. Some of us think that we might be treated just as a sex object. He might just use us for sex and then string us along and then we got played. And he doesn't do this to the white girl. You see how that always comes in? He wouldn't do that to white girls. That's what some of us say. This is what plays in our head every time we think about why we don't date a white guy. It's really our own insecurities. You know, and if you don't want to date a white guy, that's fine. You don't have to. But don't hold them to standards that you're not holding the black men to. Don't say, well, white guy got to do this. He got to spend his money on me. He got to have respect. He got to treat me like this and that. But you don't feel that way with black guys. You say, oh, he can sit on my sofa. And I'm not trying to stereotype. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to date a black guy that's not going to treat you right, why are you making him the exception? Why don't you say no, guys? Why? Well, I'm not going to be with a white guy because he's not going to treat me wrong. But you'll be with a black guy if he treats you wrong? So it just sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Basically, black sisters who saying I don't date white guys and try to say because I just don't. You just don't want to say these things that I'm saying. You don't want to say it out loud because it's taboo. And you'll sound like a racist. Okay? But don't you think that do sound a little racist if you're stereotyping a white guy? You know, some of us won't even date a white guy because we think he's going to be a punk. He's not going to protect us. Just all stupid stuff. You know, and when black women sit around and say I don't date white guys because I just don't, and it's not because I think different bad things about them, I'm calling bull S-H-I-T. That's what I'm calling. You know that it's a whole bunch of stereotypes behind your reason and your own concern for your own image. Notice I said your own image, as if the white guy's not going to go through stuff in society by being with you. You're the only one that's going to. It's your own issues you got to deal with. But of course, you'll use crutches and say, my life went bad because I never should have dated a white guy. See, this is what gets me too, as I know some women who've dated white guys and they say, well, things went bad because I dated outside my race. No, it's not. You might not have all the same problems from society, but you'll have a whole new set of problems because you never know who you getting. The first few months of who you been with is all glitz and glamours. It's all candy. Later on, you might find out this guy's full of crap. He's a jerk. And it doesn't matter whether he's black or whether he's white. See? And what also gets me is when I hear some black women say, okay, and I'm a black woman. And before anyone tried to tell me that I'm a black woman and I'm not keeping it real, I'm keeping it real. This is my natural hair. I like blonde in my hair, not because white girls got blonde. See, I like the way it looks on my hair. That's why I tried it first. And I don't have anything else in my hair. And I don't care if anyone don't like it. I love it. And I get compliments everywhere I go. I get it from my mom. I get it from family. I get it from people on the street. Everywhere I go. So all this worry that someone's not going to like you, or white guy's not going to like you because your hair is natural, because your lips is big, because you're not very thin, or because you got seasoning salt, Lowry seasoning salt in your food, or your food's very soul food, or we're going through all the stereotypes. And first of all, not all women eat soul food. Not all black women eat soul food. I don't eat a bunch of soul food. I used to. I don't have a gallbladder because of the way I ate it. But let's just say, a lot of black women are scared of that. He's not going to like the way I act. I always have to be on my best behavior. He might not like the lotions, the smells I like to use on my skin, how I like to decorate my house, the African artifact. I may not be able to talk to him about any problems I'm having with being a black woman and being discriminated against. Well, if you actually found someone who's your partner, no matter what color they are, they will back you up. They will be there for you. They will support you through any discrimination you go through, black or white. Okay? And these are the concerns, but I don't know why some of us think it's just going to be too much harder to be with a white guy. Guess what? I've dated black guys too. I can't even find one relationship in my past, in a memory, that was any easier than dating a white guy. Okay? They had their own problems, and it affected me in a different degree, because the problems, how they affected me, but they still affected me. And it wasn't because he was a black guy that, wasn't that bad. It was just as bad, just a whole different set of problems. And sometimes the same problems. You'll date a black guy who might want you to look like a white girl, as they say, as far as blonde, long hair, blue eyes and all that, and, act more submissive. They want you to have a different culture. They want you to have a different hairdo. They want you to get into the wigs and the weaves. I mean, I remember I had dated this black guy in the past who said, I prefer your hair straight. And, you know, I was dating this girl. She always had all different kind of wigs, and they were nice. You know, you don't get into the wigs. He was hinting at, this is the kind of woman that he likes. This is how she's supposed to look. And you know what I said? No, I don't. And I said, maybe you two should get back together. That's what I said. Maybe you two should get back together. Why didn't it work? I mean, if she was perfect the way she looked it, you got along, why didn't it work? Oh, I know why it didn't work. Because that's really all he was concerned about. And maybe she became more like me. He didn't like that. So basically, he wanted my body, my personality, my face, my eyes, my lips, but he preferred it to be white skin, white people's hair. What gets me is how some guys swear that they're God and they can create a woman, and this woman has got to be out there somewhere. If I create how she looks, I can get her to be inside who I want her to be. But I know there's a woman that fits that perfect image outside somewhere. I hate to say this, but some of us women are starting to act like men, some men, and think like that too. He got to have this, he got to have that, he got to look like this, he got to this. And they never say how he got to act like, because they thinking they can create him inside later on after he is outside what they want. See? And what ends up happening is that person still be who they are inside. They got this perfect image outside that they wanted, but inside they're ugly. And see, that's what happens when you go and you just say, I want this type of person, I want that type of person, I want this person to look like this, I want this person to look like this. But you never bother said, I want this person to act like this, be like this. This is the kind of person I want inside, you know, to compliment me, my insides. And that's where we go wrong. Some of us black sisters go out and get any old black man we see because, oh, he fine. And I heard he got a 9-inch penis. And he chocolate, dark skin. Woo, he be wearing them fades like fades and hairdos, haircuts like Ludacris and Steve Harvey, you know, and all that. And woo, man, he got muscles and he got this sexy ass goatee and these pearly white teeth that just pop on that dark skin. Yeah, it's all hot. But notice I never said nothing about his personality. I never said, yeah, but you know, he's a nice guy. He opens the door for me. He's not emotionally detached. He's emotionally available. He does things with me. He talks to my kids and educates them. He talks to my mother with respect. I can rely on him. He protects me and doesn't change up when other women are around, because you know how some men will do that. And he doesn't judge me and try to change me, even though I'm already good enough, as he say. So, see, all that we're not saying, and we just think that'll come later, because at least he's a fine black man. But you find out that demons and devils are not always ugly with horns. They don't have horns on their head all the time. Their flesh isn't crawling, and they're not green, and they're not noticeably green, and they don't stink, and they're not slimy on the outside. They're all of that on the inside. So, I think that black sisters need to start giving white guys more of a chance and stop judging them and stop having all these paranormals and letting your own insecurities affect your ability to just go out on a date with them. Give them a chance, because white guys and black guys, no matter what, there's bad, good in both of them, both races. And if you keep on just looking in the same race all the time, you might didn't win years looking. When you don't know, this white guy right there was probably meant for you. I remember one time I was in Giant Eagle, and this is no lie, y'all, okay? I'm going to tell y'all some funny stories real quick before, you know, I turn the video off. I was in Giant Eagle one time, and This isn't really a funny story, this one, but it's a good one. I'm struggling. I got all these groceries in my arm. I forgot to get a cart. I just went in hard, in the grocery store. Didn't get a cart. And there's black people in there, and there's white people. And, they're all looking at me like, why she got all that stuff under her arms and struggling like this? And the only person that stepped out the line and gave up their place to walk over to get me a cart, get me a buggy, bring it all the way to me with a smile on his face and say, here you go, was a white guy. There was black women in there with their kids, with their carts, standing in the line, black men, all that. They looked at me. He was the only one. And he blushed because I could tell he was attracted to me. Okay? He was so sweet. And I would have dated him had I not been involved already with a white guy already. So I thought it was very sweet, and I said, thank you very much. And he said, no problem. No problem. He thought I was going to say, get out of here. Get! You just want me for my butt. Get out of here. Stop trying to be slick. You know you want them white girls. I didn't say that. That didn't even cross my mind. But that's an example of how you just never know who's going to show you kindness and show you love and attention. Another incident I had where my car broke down. I'm on the road. I see, cars are driving by. I'm seeing people, black people in cars, looking out, keeping going. I saw this one black guy. He looked, kept it moving. No lie. Two white guys that looked like they were maybe 20, 21. Stopped their car, get out, come all the way over to me. Said, you need some help there? You okay? I said, I have a flat tire. They said, we'll change it for you. You got a spare tire, ma'am? You got a spare tire? It wasn't like I looked like somebody's mom. I looked young. So I was attractive at the time, like I am now. This was only a few years ago. And they were kind of blushing a little bit. I could tell they thought it was cute. But once again, these are white guys that stopped to help me. See what I'm saying? And then I actually had a situation where I had ordered something to eat, right? And I left my purse on the table, and I was with two black guys who were friends of mine. And I walked away, and my purse was gone. I said, somebody took my purse. Somebody took my purse. Nobody in this restaurant said anything. This is right across a popular restaurant where a lot of black people eat. So there's black people coming in and out of there, white people too. This white guy said to me, the two guys that were sitting with you, they took your purse. Now, he whispered it, but he didn't whisper it because he was ashamed of helping a black woman. He didn't want to get into it with anybody else in there. I can understand the man wanted to eat his food in peace, but he wanted to see he wasn't fake and phony like everybody else. He at least told me that. So to sit there and judge other people like that and just assume they're going to be no good and, and don't give them a chance, it just doesn't make any sense. I can't begin to tell you how many white male nurses that, when I was in the hospital, that were so kind to me. Doctors. My surgeon was a nice white guy. He actually said, he actually told me I was pretty and he liked my nails. At the time, again, I was involved with somebody and they were coming to visit me in the hospital. Well, I probably would have talked to my surgeon. But anyway, you just never know, how that's going to be. In my neighborhood where I live now, I've had some black people knock on my door and threaten me because they parked in what they consider my parking spot, and I had no choice but to park in their parking spot when there is no specific parking spots in this neighborhood. I had a black woman tell me I need to move my car from in front of her house because she needs to park there. Yet her friends and family parks right in front of my house. And so I'm not allowed to park in front of hers, though. See, and we live on the same street. But I had a white guy. Oh, I got another black neighbor on the other side of me who don't speak to me at all. He just rolls his eyes. I've tried to speak to him. Hi. And that's another thing. Some of us black people, we show attitude in and nastiness towards other black people who are natural. Like, I noticed there's a feud going on between the women who have relaxed hair and the men with the texturized hair. They turn their nose up to black people who are natural. It's like, yeah. Like, you're making it hard for me to not be me. And I'm not saying they're not being known by getting a relaxer, but that's what they're putting off, okay? So, with all these neighbors I got that turn their nose, they're not very nice and all that. Only 2 neighbors that showed me kindness was a white Italian woman and a white guy who walked by my neighbor. I seen him come on the house. He said, "How are you doing today?" I said, "Good, thank you for asking." My white neighbor, she said, "If you need anything, just ask. You know, if you need me to help you, you know, by all means, go ahead." And I did. I had a water break in my house, a pipe break. She sent her black boyfriend over to fix the situation, to help me out, to turn the water off. But he did it with a frown on his face. And she asked him with a smile on her face. So you just never know. So when you go judge another race and assume that they're not going to be nice, and you're not going to like you, and you can't be around them, and this and that, you're wrong. I hope this sheds some light on why black women don't date white guys and all the mumbo jumbo that's going on with the reasons why and all of that. So, let me just tell you one more thing. This is a good example before I go. When people sit up there and say, when black women say, "I don't date white guys," and make it a sexual thing, he won't be able to have sex good with me, his penis will be ugly, it will be small, and this and this and that, and they think they know what all white men's penis look like, and they're all small, I just gotta say, that's not true. It's not true. And another thing is, it's no different if people said all vaginas look alike. All black women's vaginas don't look alike, and all white women's vaginas don't look alike either. You know, I've had conversations. I haven't slept with any women, but I'm going to tell you this. I've had conversations with them. I've seen, you know, stuff online where people sent me stuff, and I'm like, I don't really do porn, you know, but I'll take a peek, you know, and see what this is that you're sending me. And I saw stuff that make me go, ooh, but at the same time, like, that was different. Like, that don't look like what the stuff I saw. So what I'm saying is, no two people's physical body is the same. Just like no two people's inside spirit is the same. So to go and be afraid to get involved because you're afraid that, hey, the stereotypes are going to be true, you're wrong. You're wrong. I remember this one guy, this white guy tried to talk to me online. And I guess he called himself trying to prove something. He sent me this picture of his penis and was like, "See, I don't know if you don't want to talk to me because you think I got a small penis, but see, I can prove that I don't." And he didn't say that in the subject, just after the picture. And I mean, his penis was enormous, and it was him. He was there in the picture. It was him. So all the stereotypes gotta go. Did I talk to him? No. I'm a classy chick, and I just don't. I don't roll. I don't like guys come at me like that. But still, no. And he wasn't one in a million. One time, me and my sister was at a club, and we had this guy. These two guys say, "We want to talk to y'all. Y'all cute." And my sister was like, "Here." Oh, wait a minute. Let me say this other thing. Some of us black women don't date white guys or want to be around them because we're scared they're going to be rapists. A racist rapist. That is not true. They're all not racist and rapists, okay? Just stop just assuming that. That's horrible to just think that about a race all the time, too. Well, we're out, and these two guys are trying to talk to me and my sisters, and they're cute. You know, we're at the club. We're 21, happy to get in. And they're the white guys, and they're like, my sister's light-skinned with blue-green eyes with brown reddish hair. We got the same mom and dad. Both our parents are light-skinned. I'm the oldest. So they're trying to talk to us too. And my sister was like, no, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know, like some black women get a little paranoid when a white guy try to rap to them. I said, oh, they cute. You know, that was me coming out, letting my sister know I like white guys. I don't know about you. And the white guy say, you know what, y'all ain't trying to talk to us because you think we got small penises. That's why. I said, that's not why. I'm interested, actually. Y'all cute. We're just waiting on our ride. See, we're about to go. And his boy said, yeah, that is why. We can prove that all white guys don't got small penises. If y'all need proof, then we'll give you proof. And I'm like, please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. And I tried to tell him not. Before I even got to finish my words, pants came down. And they flashed us both. I said, no. Now, my cousin, who happened to be there too, she goes walking up at the time, and she sees the guys, and she goes, you know, oh my gosh. You know, she's just happy to see penis. She's like, oh, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Ooh. And I'm like, God, please don't do this. Put your pants up. And they said, well, so you see, they ain't all small. And I just never forget that experience, because that showed me, like, they have their own insecurities as to why they don't talk to us. They think that they're not, some of them think they're not going to be sexually fulfilling to us. And they know that some of us think that, see? They know that. And we have to do our part to not keep stereotypes going on. We don't want to be stereotyped as black people. Let's not stereotype them as them being white people. So I just had to share some of them little stories. So this is my video response to a couple videos I saw online on why black women don't date white men. I don't see too many videos on that. I see the opposite, why black women should, why white men should like black women. Here's my video on why some black women don't date white guys. And know that I'm one to do. I date all races. I date good people. That's all that matters.